Greetings, Aries, and welcome to your divinely guided rune reading here for the week. Jumping into your energetic past here, we have Theresos, the rune of the thorough work. Theresos sounds like thorough work, right? Now, this is interpreted a lot of times as the thorn or the giant hill. Remember, you have to thoroughly pull out the thorn or you're going to get an infection, right? You have to thoroughly summit the giant hill. You have to conquer the giant fully before you can continue on your energetic path there. I like to interpret this as Thor's hammer, Mjolnir, the lightning quick strike of truth, of justice, of that dedication. Once that swing starts, it's thorough in its action. You can't stop it, right? So the hammer can build, it can destroy, or it can protect. You could be blessed or needing to work on some of these aspects from your energetic past here. So please take what resonates here, Aries, and leave what doesn't. I have a feeling that you just did something very thoroughly. It was very final. Maybe walked away from something. Maybe you're thoroughly investigating, or you I have a sense that this is like you protecting and maybe thoroughly just cutting ties with maybe a workplace, relationship. Take what resonates here, leave what doesn't. So in the energetic now, we have the irreversible rune of Odin's rune. So we will get a rune of clarity from the Unikite runes this week for this at the very end. So Odin's rune is like the patch over Odin's eye. Not all readers use this rune because it's really not. It's the rune of no rune. This is like the patch that covers Odin's eye. It's indicative of something that you already know or something that's hidden from you. So we're going to get that rune of clarity from a completely different set at the very end of the reading. So stay tuned for that. In the energetic near future, here is August. This is faith. This is the elk rune. This is very grounded energy. Again, when the line's going down like that, it's very grounding energy, very grounded, very stable energy. When the line's going straight up off of the rune, it's like a very divine mandate or connection. So this is like a tether. This is something that you cannot, it's unavoidable. This is something too that's just like divine mandate. It's unavoidable. And here's the antlers of your elk too, your built-in divine defense and your built-in divine connection at the same time. So this is knowing that you're protected. This is a very strong rune or symbol of protection out there. So you know that you're moving forward here in faith. I think you're moving forward with aspects of that grounded August, with that defensive, with the antlers being your built-in divine defense. You could be in like a defensive posture here in your near future, but I really see this as being responsive rather than reactive, like being grounded, more affirmed in your faith, in your energetic future here, Aries. So if it was in a different position, I might say, you could have more tests of that faith. So in your influence for this blind rune here, we have Evaz. This is the horse rune. This is man's best friend. This is like your best friend, like an energetic source, yourself, divine source, right? It could be a family member. It could be a significant other, even a coworker, right? But take it how it resonates, leave what doesn't. This is the rune of pilgrimage, of an inner or an outer sort of a journey, where it's not just literal movement. It could also indicate like new frontiers in your emotional aspects or mental aspects, spiritual aspects. This could also mean just visiting a spiritually recharging place like Machu Picchu or Stonehenge, or whatever spiritually recharging for you. For some people out there, it's like an ice cream shop. All right, just take what resonates. For me personally, it's like under a tree meditating. So that this is the influence for this. So this is like a journey this energetic source that's proven itself to you time and time again throughout many instances of your life. If this reading resonates, I invite you to explore a private session where we can go deeper into your path, your energy, and the guidance the runes are offering. When the runes speak, they open a doorway to your own inner wisdom, and these sessions can help you step fully into that clarity. Subscribing, sharing, or leaving a comment even supports this channel and helps more seekers like you gain the insight, the guidance, and the spiritual growth that they need. Thank you for showing up and for engaging and honoring your own journey. Together, we strengthen this circle of awakening and understanding. What's your advice for the now? Your advice is to adopt into this more divine alchemy aspects. This is Dagas. This is literally means day. It's sort of that type of clarity is transmutation from night to day or from day to night. It's that drastic of a difference, right? Because this is the opposite ends of the spectrum where you're the epitome of that focus and that balance. You're in the middle there. This is like the hourglass tipped on its side as well, where it seems like you have that infinite clarity. You're observing things where you're knowing that you're never going to be the same again, like the butterfly emerging from the chrysalis. This is like an evolution for you. Transmutation, right? This is like the temperance card, like pouring and creating from two different aspects of things, and you are at the center evolving. So this is letting yourself evolve, letting things evolve how they should be, gain that clarity. Let the clarity come to you. Don't go chasing it. I would say just stay grounded, I would say. And don't get too much into your head about this. Let things unfold naturally and they'll balance out. Maybe you are leaning, and this could be helping you. This other energetic source could be helping you with this transition and this change that you're going through. This was initiated by whatever work you began here in your energetic past, but with these changes and adaptations and balances in the now, you're going to have a stronger sense of, that stability and faith in your near future. This is probably a more drastic change, okay, Aries? So whatever it is, it's something that you need to hold space for yourself with and really be gentle with yourself with and adapt to it, right? Don't force the things around you to adapt to you totally, right? There's that reciprocity, that dynamic of balance there. So in your energetic outcome for all of this, we have Lagus. See how this Lagus, it looks like there's two Lagus in this rune of Ewas here, the horse rune. This is like somebody who reflects this within you. All right, so this is divine feminine healing in the outcome. This is a good opportunity to mention too that we have divine feminine and masculine aspects within all of us, that you are achieving that balance. But through that balance, you're more in flow with your dynamic of the Lagus rune here, which Lagus literally translates into lake. It's more like the deep lake flowing like water. The primordial life-giving forces of water, and the intuitive know-how to keep nourishing through the water. The water just knows, the water remembers, right? So this is like an emotional and intuitive kind of healing work in your energetic future. And I think this is definitely something that was your goal, I would say. But I think this is like a family member here with you, or like an energetic source, like divine source, or maybe just like your higher self or your inner child, where this has been like a big journey here for you, where you're nurturing this pilgrimage. I think this is more of like an initiation of this journey, where this is kind of like what you've invited. So don't try to rush it. Okay, because when we're doing that, we're surrendering to that flow, and we'll be able to adapt into this beautiful Lagus rune, this deep emotional and intuitive healing work. Now let's get this rune of clarity for what the now is from the Unikite runes. Yeah, this is Tiwaz, your vector of victory. This is sticking up for your sense of justice, like kind of like Libra energies, your built-in sense of the scales of justice, sticking up for yourself, sticking up for others, sticking up for what you know is right. I think this is definitely kind of a repeat of something that is part of this action already, and this is just sticking through with it, like maintaining, right? But don't make yourself out to be a martyr throughout these energies, Aries. Just stay dedicated to what you know to be true, what you know to be in balance, especially with this journey that you're on. It's an internal and external journey, I feel. I feel it's a little bit of both, right? So let this transmutation, this change take hold in your life, all right? And by doing so, you're going to be adapting into flow a lot better and just be more at ease and at peace and in your stability and faith. Like, if you want like affirmation of something to look forward to, this is it, Aries. Like this change that you began, it's blessed, right? Just stick to your balance, right? Stick to what you know is right, your dedication work. All right. I was given this beautiful new Celtic Spirit deck we're going to try here for the first time on the channel here. So Divine, please show us clearly what message of clarity do you have for Aries here. This is the Celtic Spirit deck. So a lot of beautiful Celtic energies woven in this deck. Okay, we're going to take that first card of clarity. Thank you, thank you, thank you. This is the card is Samhain Spiritual. So that's appropriate. This is just after the Samhain. And this is awareness, practice, and connection. We're going to read a little bit more about this card. So this is maybe like a dedication to the practices of the season. Samhain Spiritual says, the solitary shaman, the walker between worlds, who bridges the gap between the physical and non-physical realities. Call on the spirit helper when in need of connection and awareness of your surroundings. She will guide you when in need and be an invisible ally. The spirit into self indicates a knowing of who you are past the physical body and where you came from without the need for ego. This card represents the knowing of yourself, the true you, your spirit, a deepening of your awareness and understanding of the world through a shaman's eyes. You see, when our physical body dies, our soul lives to reincarnate again and again. So who are you without that limitation of your body? One needs to look very deep to take off the restrictions of who we think we are. If we were never to interact with another person, who would we express ourselves as? Are you comfortable with who you are on the inside, and does it match the person you are on the outside, Aries? So this continues to say, is there an ego that needs to be set aside, or you need to find your inner strength to be who you are truly meant to be, free of harsh judgments we find from those around us? Are you with like-minded people or people who support and love you unconditionally? Only when you love who you are on the inside and fully know who you are by doing what brings you joy will you then not care what others think of you. Standing proud and confident in your own skin is a powerful energy to be reckoned with, Aries. From this place you can take on anything. When you find this place, remember what it feels like. So when you're feeling off-center and need to find your strength again, look within. The shaman spiritual is also showing a need to practice your spirituality. What are your rituals? What is your self-care? You may be getting stuck in your physical material world and be getting bogged down. Start doing the practice. Wake up and meditate. Light your incense on your altar or sit with a tree each day until you feel it speak to you. Doing the work means showing up for making the spiritual connections necessary to feed your spirit and keep you uplifted in the physical world. Namaste, Aries. Have a blessed and abundant week.